that down. Let's get on to our next issue here, shall we? Paris, what do we got up next?
All right, so Channing Tatum's Gambit appearance in Deadpool Wolverine was obviously a very sweet moment for the actor who never got to play the role he dreamed of playing. But it hits even closer to home. According to Deadpool and Wolverine director Shawn Levy, he almost directed that Channing Tatum Gambit movie. So, John, what do you think of this little revelation?
I love hearing about stuff like this. A little connection. Now, look, it should be pointed out that Shawn Levy didn't say that, oh, it was all signed and done, I was directing the Gambit movie. But, you know, he says in the interview that he was one of a dozen or more guys. I had heard some time ago that he was one of the actual finalists that they were really looking at. So he was close. He was close to doing the Gambit movie that never actually happened. There's something oddly poetic about, first of all, the Channing Tatum appearance in Deadpool was so sweet, because those of us, and only those of us who follow movie news, like 90% of the general movie going audience wouldn't have known anything about this. But for those of us who follow movie news, we've known for a long time that, you know, Channing Tatum was supposed to be Gambit. He was announced at Comic-Con to play Gambit like a decade ago, and all that type of wonderful stuff. And that he had always dreamed of playing the character. It was going to be his biggest thing. He was so looking forward to it. And then, of course, it fell apart. And then over the past couple of years, we've talked about stories where Channing Tatum did interviews saying, I've kept trying over the years to try to get something to happen, but it just never worked out. And then when you see him on screen, like in the movie, there's an authenticity to it when you see him talking about this, lamenting that people never got to know who he was, right? And all that kind of stuff. And there's a real sweetness to that I thoroughly enjoyed. And the fact that he got to finally come back and he finally got to step onto screen as the Gambit, as he finally was able to do that, that he sounded more like a bad George St. Pierre than anything else. But to do that was great. But understanding that Shawn Levy got to be one of the guys to help make that happen, who was also at one point looking at directing a Gambit film, I think is great. Now, much like the Henry Cavill situation, it brings up a lot of conversations of people asking, does this now mean that Gambit can come into the MCU? I don't think that's what they were setting up at all. I think it was just finally, like Gambit says in the movie, like, tell them to remember us or tell them about us or whatever. Just, hey, I actually got to do it. Yeah. Right? I never interpreted in any way that was them setting up, them actually bringing Gambit in there. But I will say this. Gambit, Channing Tatum, and Ryan Reynolds are very tight. Very tight. And could it be possible Ryan Reynolds could open some doors to get Gambit into the MCU? It's possible. I don't think they will, though, and I think he's done now. But understanding that Shawn Levy is going to be the director of that, I think is pretty cool. Guys, we want to take a second and thank a sponsor of today's episode, Manscaped. Sizzle alert, this summer, let the only thing that's smoking at your barbecue be the grill, not your grooming game. Get ready for the ultimate cookout season with Manscaped. Whether you're flipping burgers or cannonballing into the pool, make sure your meat looks neat with the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra. Head to manscaped.com and use the code CAMPEA for 20% off and free shipping. Now, come on, guys, if you're like me, you used to do your grooming the old barbaric way. You know, using the clippers on your electric shaver? It never did a good job and always left me screaming out several profanities. So like me, you know that you need the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra. The Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra is perfect for achieving that crisp, clean, and confident look for your barbecues and beach days. The Weed Whacker 2.0, guys, keep your ears and nose as tidy as your hedges next door with our Weed Whacker 2.0 ear and nose hair trimmer. And you get Crop Soother Ball Aftershave Lotion, Crop Preserver Anti-Chafing Ball Deodorant, and Boxers 2.0, the ultimate supplement to those hot summer days, equipped with the signature jewel pouch to protect your meatballs wherever the heat takes you. So get 20% off and free shipping with the code CAMPEA at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use that code CAMPEA. Manscaped, the perfect way to get your patties sizzling hot this summer. Anyway, guys, the question is for you. What do you think about this? Apparently, Shawn Levy got pretty close to actually directing the Channing Tatum Gambit movie, and now he got to direct him as Gambit in Deadpool and Wolverine. I think it's a really cool story. I love hearing about stuff like this. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.